Hi, and welcome back. This is Rob Thomas with your Everything Microsoft Enterprise Cloud Architect. Today, we're going to dive into something crucial for your business using Microsoft Service Level Agreements, or SLAs. I'm going to really talk about SLAs, why it's important, how is this different from other tools like GoDaddy or Bluehost. But one of the main things to kind of think about Microsoft's commitment to keeping their products up and running, because in previous topics we talked about high availability, right? But their service level agreement to keeping their product functioning, running, and uptimes at 99.9%. All right, so without further ado, let's give a shout out to our enterprise software solution, our sponsors, ESS, the software dudes. These guys are great. I highly recommend reaching out to them. You want to go deeper into this topic, I'm going to touch on it, right, and explain as much as I can about service level agreements. But this is really a good opportunity where you get all this information. And when you're using a partner like Enterprise Software Solution, this is where having a partner is crucial, so you can have good discussions about this, and you know what your providers are giving you and at the quality that you need, versus you using other tools where their surface level agreement is just kind of vague and they're not like super helpful. They're not committed to seeing you succeed and stuff like that. They're just selling your product and, best of luck, right? And I'm not saying the products don't work and they're not great, but as your company scales or as you become more strategic, you need that support. So definitely ESS is really a great company to reach out to help you go a little bit more deeper and understand your SLA or service level agreement. All right, let's jump into it. So service level agreement, right? If you're running applications on Microsoft Azure or managing support in Dynamics 365, SLAs help ensure you'll get the reliability and the performance you're expected. But what does these agreements really mean? That's the real question. How do they impact your business? Let's dig a little bit more deeper. All right. So a service level, so what exactly is a service level agreement? Simply put, an SLA is a commitment from Microsoft about how available and reliable their services will be to you. It defines things like uptime guarantee, support response time, which is extremely critical, I want to say, and in helping your business ensure their system stays online and meets customer expectations. When things go bad, things are not working, these guys don't disappear. That's the biggest thing. And they're sticking to their agreement that they said they're going to stick to, right? That's the important what an SLA is. Now, understanding availability, we talked about high availability, HA. Right, we'll touch on it a little bit more, but as it relates to SLAs, SLAs often reference availability percentage, like 95% uptime if it's just you got one application, one instance, right? But the moment you include like another instance, like more VM virtual machines, more virtual networks, then you need your uptimes to be 99.9%, also known as 4 nines. But what does this mean in real time? Well, 95% availability could mean over 18 days of downtime per year. So just want you to think about that. But the 4 nines, 99.99%, that downtime shrinks to just under an hour per year. So the higher the percentage, the more reliable the service. Usually industry standards everywhere, all applications is the 4 nines. So the only really you care about, right? You want to make sure I'm working with a company that's giving me 4 nines. Take this out. You can see here, instance of at least 99.99% guaranteed. Every application, anyone you're doing business with, 4 nines is critical. That's what you need. That's what you want, right? And that's the challenge. Sometimes you work at companies and you don't get that. And you've already signed up and you're running into some challenges. Now, in Azure, SLAs varies depending on how you deploy your virtual machines. So if you have just one VM using a standard hard drive storage, Microsoft guarantees at least 95% uptime, right? So, and you don't want that. You want, we talked about, your disk spaces and, version two solid state drives, right? So, but if you distribute instances across multiple availability zones, your uptime guarantee jumps to the 4.9s, 99.99%. I mean, that's a huge difference, especially for mission critical applications that are driving revenue for your business, right? So SLAs aren't just about uptimes. I want to say that. I want to kind of talk about the benefits of SLAs. They can also help your business track and manage their service commitments. Some key benefits include like tracking your SLA performance with key metrics, prioritization of service requests based on urgency, prioritization of services requests based on urgencies, reminders and alerts to notify teams before an SLA breach occurs. These features help ensure businesses stay on top of their commitments and avoid service disruptions. That's what we do not want, right? Microsoft offers various SLA features within its services. You can configure custom SLAs, set performance KPIs, even automate responses when certain conditions are met. In Dynamics 365, SLAs can be linked to customer support cases, which is important, ensuring timely responses based on customer service level agreements. Like these are critical, right? This is the site. I'm going to give you the URL on the next slide, but this is a site where you go to see the actual service level agreements. I click this button. I'm going to show you the actual live service level agreement. And let me just go to that for you right now, right? And then this is it live in front of you. Make it a little bit bigger for you to see it, right? And I'm just kind of, right? And you can just kind of see this agreement. Again, like this is Microsoft's commitment to you about all of their applications, and you just go through, and we don't have much time, so I'm going to go through kind of fast, but you can just see Dynamics 365, 99.99% uptime, again, fraud detection, and so forth. So this is just a good document you want to store with your company. You just want to store this document so you have that, you know what agreement you have specifically with Microsoft. Now, Microsoft offers various SLA features in their services. You can configure customer SLAs, so performance KPIs. I mentioned that. Managing SLAs is just important as setting them up. Microsoft allows businesses to export and import SLA between different environments, customize work schedules and holidays to reflect business hours, using SLA timers to track service deadlines in real time. With these tools, businesses can ensure they always meet their service agreements or service level commitments. All right, that's a mouthful. I gave you a lot about SLAs, and I know I've been going through a lot of topics, just laying a strong foundation of the benefits of just getting on Office 365, using Azure, using Microsoft products. And then finally, answer the question, why do SLA matters? They provide clarity, ensure reliability, and help your business maintain high service standards. I've stressed this like over and over, and it's very, very important to have this document stored away. Just glance at it, get some insight into your commitment. Again, you're not getting these things if you're using like Bluehost, GoDaddy, which I'm going to quickly show you here. But if you're using Microsoft services, understand your SLAs can make all the difference in how you manage uptimes and customer satisfactions. If you want to know more, I want you to check out Microsoft official SLA documentation. And let me quickly go to, just wanted to show you this last piece. So you can see here, you go to your Azure, and this is the site. SLA documentation, like I click that, that's how you're able to get to that site. And again, I just want to touch on this. Like, I love GoDaddy. GoDaddy's great. I love Bluehost. Bluehost is great. I recommend these tools, but you don't get the intensity at the cost. Like this is really ridiculous low cost where you're getting this massive commitment from Microsoft, right? This is where it really sets it apart. And you're getting started paying pennies just to get Office 365 one license to get you started. I went into a ton of videos where I'm really talking about the value of using Microsoft products. Again, also, let me go back to my deck, really kind of touch on this piece. because everybody's a Microsoft shop. I'll say that, right? So if I go here, and this is, you're here and you're spinning up, and I'm going to go over some videos where creating virtual machines and setting all this up and showing you really quickly how to get started, right? I went through showing you like how to do WordPress stuff site and get that going. But if we go back to, I really do like this slide. Go back to this slide, I'm able to really just kind of talk about like you're getting a lot for this infrastructure where they're setting it up, they're hosting it, they're running it, they're reliable, they're making themselves. You're moving to this cloud service model where basically it's managed by the vendor, it's managed by Microsoft, like they're managing everything, right? And you're just paying this low cost and being able to use it and being very agile and get going. And just over time, your company scales. You want to take over where you manage and the vendor manages, and you have control. This is where I'm tying this back to when I first started talking about Azure infrastructure, why it's so important that you have there's a commitment from Microsoft with their SLAs to really show you the value of we're going to stand behind our product and our words. And this is why I really, really stress and I push this to move on this platform. Not only are you have this ability to have so much flexibility, you also have the ability to solve the biggest problem, integrations, because now your platform is already, when you're in and you're spinning this up, it's already natively integrated to itself. So you're not paying extra money with Zapier or using other tools like MuleSoft or Boomi, which is a lot more expensive and more complex than using Zapier. So you're using Zapier, you're just building all these apps, you're trying to integrate your whole infrastructure when you're using like Bluehost and GoDaddy versus it's just on this platform, it's already natively integrated. So you're solving your integration problem because it's just using this platform. Like this, that's enough reason to move to Azure, on top of the fact that you get a commitment to your service level standard agreements, right? So I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know I'm hitting you a lot of information, but I really wanted you to land these concepts so you grasp it and you really have more insight into making your decision about using more Microsoft products and expanding your business. Now, if you found this video to be helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more tech insights. Drop comments below if you have any questions about SLAs, and I'll be happy to help. See you in the next video, and thanks so much for your time. All right, bye.